Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Here's another scary sounding headline. Oh my god, what we gonna do? From crypto media outlet U Today, number of XRP whales plunges while active Bitcoin addresses come close to record highs. Well, look, in my mind, the scary thing, the truly scary thing that happened, that's a one-time event. And it done happened. It's behind us. It was the SEC suing Ripple, claiming that they sold XRP as an unregistered security, which just like blows my simple little Moon Lambo mind. But there we go. That actually happened. So the scariest news behind us, the second scariest news was actually when you see cryptocurrency exchanges announce that they will be either suspending or delisting XRP in the United States. Now, of course, the rest of the world. No, the rest of the world, they're just chugging along and being like, it's kind of like the middle finger. In the United States, come on, like you cannot make us, we are not subject to your rules, so, look, it happened, it's done. Most of the people that wanted it out are out, and so it's not surprising because look, this is serious. Like, I don't want to make too light of this. Like I always acknowledge in my videos, absolutely, that this has increased the risk of holding XRP. And that is true. And I'm not going to pretend like it's not. This is not a hype channel. But at the same time, I'll share with you my opinion, which is that this will get sorted out one way or another. And it's going to be to the positive. That XRP will not end up being a security in the United States. I just have strong conviction as far as my holdings of XRP. And look, I don't have a financial background. I am not offering financial advice, and you should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. But I would feel more concerned. I would have trouble sleeping if I didn't have the exposure to XRP that I have now, because I think that it will ultimately get worked out. But yeah, in the short term, seeing the number of big holders of XRP go down, not surprising. People are acknowledging that there's additional risk, that it is serious. And so, part of the way that I look at it, though, to be perfectly frank with you here, is like, if this does not go, if the court case, in front of a jury does not go in favor of Ripple, at least as far as XRP being declared not a security, I'm not convinced I'm going to want to hold any altcoins, period. Because I'll just think, okay, well, what the hell is the SEC going to come after next? And I mean that very firmly. At that point, I'm going to need to take more time to think about it and see what's happening in the moment. But if that actually happened, I don't know. I hate to say it, I'd be more likely to just invest everything in like Bitcoin at that point, because at least you can't sue Satoshi Nakamoto, right? And so, look, it shouldn't go that way. And I'm not saying that's what I want to happen. I'm not saying I think that will happen. But it's not surprising that, given what has occurred, you're seeing the, in terms of, XRP holders, big holders, reducing their exposure or eliminating it. It's not surprising, And so that's why, like, the SEC, holy hell, they resulted in one of the greatest financial collapses in the history of mankind, and that's not hyperbole. You can compare it to what happened with Enron. You can compare it to what happened with the Bernie Madoff Ponzi scheme, and both of those were fraudulent. Whereas this, the SEC bringing these charges, it eliminated just tens of billions of dollars, and there aren't even fraudulent charges against Ripple, which is so astonishing to me. But digging into this piece here, the XRP whale population has shrunk precipitously over the past few weeks due to Ripple's legal troubles with the SEC, according to Coinmetrics. The cryptocurrency analytics firm has estimated that the number of addresses with at least 1 million tokens has dropped from 1,721 to 1,567 in just 2 weeks. While the whole cryptocurrency market is recovering from yesterday's carnage, XRP is the lone coin in the red. It is once again on the verge of slipping below Litecoin after Grayscale Investments, the leading crypto asset manager, has removed the token from its large cap crypto fund in a widely expected move. Now, I did make a video on that, so I'm not going to go too in depth, but I will comment that as far as the price action that resulted from the news from Grayscale, like, yeah, XRP immediately dropped, and then it rebounded quite a bit, actually, very quickly. And then shortly thereafter, it was pretty much just trading sideways for some period of time right then. So like it didn't shake out that many more people. Like most of the bad news that can happen has already happened. And by the way, Grayscale is still holding a massive amount of XRP. They did not liquidate all of it just in the large cap fund, but they did not liquidate their holdings in the XRP trust, which would just be the single cryptocurrency fund. But they did suspend it, so you can't jump into it at this point. But I don't blame. If you're Grayscale or any cryptocurrency hedge fund, do you want that additional legal risk? Do you want that? And so like, I don't blame anybody for doing that. It's not surprising. It's not some sort of horrendous news, and it has no bearing on whether or not XRP ultimately is or is not found to be a security. It has no bearing on it whatsoever. It's just a company protecting itself from a legal perspective. Totally rational. I have no qualms with that whatsoever. And so I do want you to consider this too, because like it's not all bad news. XRP accounts. Look at this. Have you seen? No, you haven't seen a number this high because it's never been this high. 2,358,180 XRP accounts total. Now, what's fascinating to me, and I pointed this out the other day, but it's worth repeating here. It really is. That while there were certain people that were selling out of the fear and uncertainty of what's happening, which, by the way, I'm not disparaging you with this at all. I totally get it. And yeah, if you felt the right thing to do was to get out of an investment in XRP or reduce your holdings, whatever it is, I got your back on that. I understand it. And I will always acknowledge it's even more risky now. But I did want to share with you that there are a bunch of people that saw it as an opportunity. A tremendous opportunity. And so what I've got right here now is XRP scan their metrics page. And as soon as the news hits, you can look, here's the 21st, the 22nd, look at this little hill right here, massive creation of XRP accounts. And so I made the point the other day, it's like, okay, well, you could argue that some of these account creations were really from people that had their XRP on exchange and fearing delistings or suspension of trading in the United States, that they got off. Now, point to make there, if that's the case, that would be a bullish sign, because these individuals, that would mean that they didn't liquidate their XRP. They wanted to keep it. They just want to make sure that they had control over it. Now, if that's not the case, that just means that as the price got scarier, these people that jumped in here saw it as an opportunity. They saw blood in the streets and said, I am buying. And so it's got to be one or the other. Either way, it's bullish sentiment here. And you can look at the thousands of new accounts created. And as it got more scary and the price dipped further, you can see here's on the 28th, 2,805 accounts created. But then look at the next day, on the 29th, 5,757 accounts created. Freaking crazy, right? And then look at this. I mean, even just the other day, so you can see what's, this is the highest one I think I can find here, 6,674 in one day. And this is why, while there are, throughout crypto Twitter and all over the internet, this is investors fearing XRP going to zero, and these people are like, nah, I'm buying. And you can think about what happened with the Grayscale too. Before they closed the XRP trust, accredited investors got in one last time at the end of 2020, and it required the Grayscale to purchase over 12 million XRP. These are accredited investors with long-term time horizons and lots of money. Like that's who does that. Because you have to pay a premium for the service too. But that's who they are, and they're like, oh yeah, wow, blood in the streets, and that's what they thought. So I don't know, just food for thought. There are all sorts of people out there that, despite the uncertainty and the fear, they're just very optimistic, and they really do see an opportunity. And so I don't know how this is going to turn out. And I don't want to take away from the fact that I keep stating, yeah, there's more risk here. But even so, even though I firmly believe there is more risk, it's risk I'm willing to take on, and other people clearly feel the same. And I just kind of wanted to highlight that, because it's really not all doom and gloom. And despite all this happening, I don't enjoy this, but I'm still sleeping easy, because I got to admit, I'd be feeling worse if I didn't have my exposure to XRP, because I still believe that it'll move in tandem with the market, and this and that. And I don't know exactly what it's going to look like. I don't know when it's all going to happen. I don't know when we're finally going to get clarity around XRP specifically. But even if it's after, either the entirety of this bull run or most of it, that still gives XRP an opportunity to run. though I certainly suspect it wouldn't run as high as if it didn't have this cloud hanging over it. But even so, my gosh, what's that even going to look like? There's so many analysts. I don't want to get too off into price, but there's so many analysts out there that are so optimistic that this thing is still going to run. And I've been covering that in other videos on my channel as well. And I'll keep highlighting opinions from these people, but I got to admit, I'm kind of convinced. They kind of have me convinced that that's a direction this is all going to go, and that XRP is actually, you know, outside of other catastrophic news, it's just going to move in line with the market, even if at a lower position now, maybe lower rung in the ladder, fine. So maybe it'll end up going lower in market cap, and it does take longer. You know, trade sideways longer before popping historically, so you could see that. But even if I see it go down in terms of market cap, I'm going to blame the SEC, and it's not going to surprise me, and it's not going to make me buy or sell. I refuse to emotionally react on any of this. So anyway, I just thought I'd share a few thoughts on that. But I'll go ahead and wrap up there. I'm not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.